here with Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delany. Jim, a huge day, obviously, for the Big Ten, and fascinating to hear the stories. I think for people who grew up in the Midwest, maybe don't understand the influence that Dave Gavitt had, but when you listen to everyone who spoke today, including yourself, give us a sense of what Dave Gavitt means for basketball on the East Coast.
Well, Dave Gavitt, a visionary, a giant, a terrific human being, a friend, mentor to so many people. As a player at Dartmouth, as an assistant coach at Dartmouth, then to Providence, then founder of the Big East. USA Basketball really took it from the '88 team to the '92 Dream Team, orchestrated that, really helped make the NCAA tournament a truly national tournament by introducing the S-curve and really assuring that the brackets would be truly national in terms of the way they were balanced. But more than anything else, I think that the touch that Dave had with people, whether it be a player, a coach, a fellow commissioner, he was strong and smart, but he was also very human. And so he used to say, and many of us remember this, we have a great idea on how to finish it, but we have not a very good idea on how to really tip it off. And so when Val and I started talking about this concept, and with the Big East being in the Midwest and the Big Ten being out on the East Coast, we thought that this kind of collaboration and competition in Dave's name, in the spirit of collaboration and competition, would be welcome. And as if you were in the room today, you could feel it. You could really feel Dave, and you could really feel the respect and affection people had for Dave.
Yeah, what I think stood out to me was, obviously I was aware of his role, kind of the different titles that he held, but I wasn't really clear on the impact and how it was obvious from everything that you were saying, how he impacted people and that human touch that he had.
Yeah, a very special guy in that respect. Great competitor, really smart guy, kind of a visionary guy. But at its core, one of the most human people that I think the coaches would identify with, administrators, and as a young administrator, a person who had great regard for him as a coach, had watched his teams play. He was good friends with Coach Smith, good friends with Coach Bubis. Founded the Big East in '79, the same year that ESPN came on board, same year that I started my career. And I was involved with USA Basketball when he was the president. I came in to the basketball committee soon after he did. And, he was very supportive of me as a Big Ten commissioner. So all of those things come together. And, love Julie and Danny and Corey. And so when we started talking about this and we went to the Gavitt family, they really saw, and I think, you saw today, why and how this collaboration reflects so much on who Dave really was. And talking to Julie up on stage afterwards, she was really feeling it. She could feel the love, yeah.
The backstory didn't really come out today. No one really talked about when you guys started talking about this and what the path was. When did this?
Well, when Val took over, we've been friends of long standing. She was president of USA Basketball. I was her vice president. We've worked together on a lot of issues in and around women's basketball and around collegiate basketball. And so after she was appointed, we both went to Danny and to Julie and asked whether or not they would consider letting us use the Gavitt family name on this concept. We still had work to do with our own institutions, with Fox, BTN, and ESPN. But we needed to get the support of our institutions, and I think Dave's memory, his legacy, really gave a lot of momentum. Even though he's not with us, there's so much respect for Dave, and we invoked Dave's vision on how to tip off the season. I think it was very helpful as we move forward. So we've been talking about it for about a year now.
In speaking with Coach McCaffrey, he was saying that there was no resistance at all from the coaches. Was that your sense too? I mean, you're so rewarded in college basketball for playing a good schedule.
Yeah.
It seems like this would go part and parcel with that.
Well, our schools do play good schedules, but I think that in addition to playing a good schedule, I think our coaches have bought into the strategic importance of not only playing good basketball teams, but playing them in relevant places. And that as we've expanded, I think the idea of being able to bind the conference together by having teams play other teams in our region and outside our region that benefits both parties. resonated with our coaches and our athletic directors. But for coaches, Coach Dave Gavitt name is really powerful.
Now there are going to be 8 games a year.
Yep.
Are you going to is it going to be keeping score and a tally and a trophy, or?
I would say this, there's nothing that Americans do that they don't keep score about. So
Right.
whether or not we keep score or they keep score, score will be kept.
Right, but there's no formal trophy or anything?
We really haven't gotten to that, but there may well be. There are other aspects to this that we're still sort of putting into place, but as you can see with the map, there's tremendous regional, institutional overlap. There's commitment to high-level basketball by both conferences. And so I think that the trophy will come later. There will be other beneficiaries of this as we identify ways to make sure that this does good as well as doing well. And we'll have other announcements in the future.
Strategically, this is such an important time for the league with an expansion coming up. You are now, you're in the process, you have been in the process for a while here of reaching out to the East Coast,
Yep.
and as you said, making sure the Big Ten lives
Yep.
in the East Coast.
Yes.
What does this do in terms of that?
Well, I think this is just another, action step to support those words. And so, whether it's inviting Johns Hopkins in to play lacrosse, or establishing a relationship with the Yankees in the New Era Bowl, or setting up an office here, or creating this collaboration. We have other things we want to do, but I think by July 1, I think it'll be very crystal clear that we are committed to competing and building friendships and becoming relevant in this part of the country as well as in the Midwest. It's a process, but we have 2 great universities to work with. It's competitive as all get out up here, but I think that's what we all like. We all love good competition.
How about for you personally, to be here, to be in this part of the country where you grew up and where you have your roots?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of full circle. Wasn't planned this way. I mean, life has sort of strange twists and turns, but my dad did go to Seton Hall and is in their Hall of Fame. My college coach did play at St. John's. My dad and I both played in Garden 3 and Garden 4. And I've got a son working here in New York City now. So it's just amazing that the synchronicities continue to play out, and there's a chance to continue to enjoy and try to make a contribution.
Well, congratulations on a big day.
Thank you,
for
Dave.
the Big Ten.
Okay.
Thanks, Commissioner. Thanks.